So, what we're going to do today is we're going to test Melodyne. Melodyne is a program, for those who don't know, that tunes things, tunes and times things. You can move things around in a piano roll style window, up or down for pitch, left or right for time, right? It's the standard in post processing for tuning and timing. Auto tune is often used while someone is singing or even an instrument, and Melodyne is usually used afterwards. So Melodyne, however, is more transparent, meaning the affected signal is going to sound more like the original signal and not have a lot of artifacts, and you won't be able to tell that Melodyne was on it. So it's much more transparent than auto tune. I've used Melodyne a million times on vocals. Or monophonic things that have one note at a time. I've never used Melodyne on a guitar or something that's polyphonic, many notes happening at the same time. How do you distinguish what the notes are and put them on a grid and have me change individual notes within a guitar track? That right there, I don't even understand how that's possible. And I've never done it before. But I noticed that my guitar track is a little out of tune. My B string is a little sharp, which actually got me excited because it gave me an opportunity to test Melodyne. Can I put that B on, not B actually, but notes on the B string? Can I put all those notes on pitch and not have to recut the guitar? So I'm about to test it, and also, of course, show you how Melodyne works in the process. So this track that is currently selected, and I figure I might as well go ahead and let you see that instead of my gigantic mug. Let's do that, right? So I have a track selected here, which is the guitar. Right there, that's the guitar. Sounds like that. All right. That note is D, but so now if I play, let's see, let me just try to play a Rhodes with that. And all right. Right, so that it's like, why did I just get rid of it? It actually sounds pretty cool there. Let me go to the end. Because against the piano here, yeah. Let me solo that and the piano at the same time, because the piano's definitely going to be in tune. I'm sure I passed the piano. I'm very organized in my approach. I should have known that's the piano. Yeah. Yes. Actually bothering me a little bit now because that B string is a little bit sharp. Sharp meaning above pitch a little bit. Flat means below pitch. Sharp means above pitch. A lot of people use the word flat no matter how somebody is off pitch. They're just like, oh my God, they're so flat. They could have been sharp, but they were just off pitch. So I want to tune the guitar. So what I'll do is I'll go to the guitar track and I will put Melodyne as the first plugin. I always put it as the first plugin. I'm glad I left this open. A lot of times I'll do that. I'll put plugins starting at the second spot, like here and here. I do that a lot because I know I might want to put something first in the chain. If this is the second, it's still first in the chain if I put stuff past it. So remember, everything goes from top to bottom. The signal path goes from here down. So if there's nothing here, then it goes here first, which has the exact same effect as it being here if things are below it. So I usually start there just in case I want to put something else first in the chain. I might want to put a de-esser first. later on a vocal or even an instrument sometimes. But this time I want to put Melodyne. Just sometimes I just blank out, so I didn't see that right there. Okay, this is Melodyne. Now this is button right here called transfer. What that does is it takes what's on that track and it literally transfers it into Melodyne. So whatever part of that track you play while it's transferring, that part you no longer will hear from the track. You'll actually hear that from Melodyne. So I'll show you how that works, and we'll try it on this polyphonic instrument and see how it works. Transfer, right? So if I hit play right now, you'll see that it is transferring the guitar to Melodyne. Of course, I want to transfer all of it because I want to tune the entire guitar track. So we're going to have to let it play all the way to the end of the song. Whoa. That says monophonic detection. What do you mean? It's not monophonic. So, but it. Oh yeah, it looks monophonic. So then I can't. Polyphonic decay, polyphonic sustain. What? Man, I don't know. Let me say automatic and see what it does. So we're gonna have to do that again. Sorry guys. Gonna have to do that again. Let's Command K. Yeah. Okay, let's see what it does. If it has to figure it out itself, let's see if it says polyphonic. She got me on this cliffhanger. Oh my God. Why do you think that's? Oh my God. Algorithm. We're just gonna say sustain. I don't know. She got me on this cliffhanger. Yeah, it's just like any and every sad love story that you ever Okay, it's polyphonic now. She got me on the edge of my seat, biting my teeth, cause I don't know what'll happen next. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have said it. I got lost in the moment, yeah. Laid all my feelings out on the floor, and I don't know what'll happen next. Oh, yeah. Got me hanging on for dear life. Gotta know what she thinking. How she gonna leave me hanging? I can feel my heart sinking. Oh, yeah. When I said those 3 words, she left me on this. It's like a out on a ledge, hanging from shreds. Any moment I could lose it all. Yeah. Don't know how long I can hold on. And I wish you guys are gonna be thoroughly tired of this song by the time we're done. I got lost in the moment and laid all my feelings out on the floor, and I don't know what'll happen next. She got me on this thing. Feel my heart sinking when I said those 3 words. Don't you see me on this? Oh, it's like a life on the edge. Ain't as fun as they say it is. Can't make this a habit. You can have it. This is the way it is. The way it is. I'm gonna try to do these ad libs with the. Let me see this so I can hear myself. With the Slate Digital ML1 microphone, which can model the microphone that I did these vocals on, which was a Sony C800G, which is a $9,000 microphone. Some pitch issues right here too. So I guess I showed you guys how to use Melodyne because I use it on my voice, but this one is polyphonic, so it's a little bit deeper than just doing my voice. Me, Maggie says she knows every word. She probably knows the song better than I do. Okay. It should split out and look super cool. Right. It's the length of the whole song, so it takes a second. Okay, bow. It kind of looks like it's right. Let's solo it and just see if it sounds crazy. That sounds exactly like it did before, which is a good thing in this case. Now let's look at all the D notes, and I can actually just hit D here and select all of them, and they are a little bit sharp. So the guitar was a little bit out of tune. They are a little bit sharp. I can take those. Let's see what that sounds like. It's not affecting the rest of it. Okay, the fact that it can do that is amazing. That's just amazing. All right, so let's go here and redo whatever I just undid. Okay, let's take that. So I can do it a few ways. I can hold Alt. I can do that, right? That's a little bit flat. Now, first of all, it would be better to do this when the piano's playing. So let me do it here. And also play the piano. Oh, that's why, because I thought the piano was above it. Now I undid it. It's a little sharp now. So what I could also do is when I hit that D. By the way, this is extremely impressive. Like that Melodyne just picked one note out of a chord and can tune it by itself, which means I can make whole new chords out of this if I want to. I can play a guitar pass and play the same chord every time, and I can go back and edit the notes and make the chords change. There's a lot of applications of this, which is just crazy. Let's go here, right? It says snap to E minor. Because of all the pitches in this, it figured out that the song is in E minor. It's actually in G, but E minor and G major are the same scale, so it figured it out correctly because of where the notes are. That's smart. So pitch center, watch this. It's going to come down a little bit. Yep. It's going to come down a little bit because I'm just going to go 100%. Actually, no, let me make it a tiny bit sharp. Make it a tiny bit sharp. As I told you guys, I stretch tune guitars. The lowest notes are a little flat and the highest notes are a little sharp. Let's see. Oh, thank you. There you go.
She got me on this cliffhanger. Oh, oh, oh.
I can tune a guitar after I play it. Let's see what happens if I tune the whole guitar. Hold on. While I'm here, let's select all. And then... Yeah. There's no notes in this that are outside of the key of G major or E minor. So I'll just move them all 100%. Actually, no. Let's not do that. Let's move them all 96%. Now play it. Crazy thing about that is it sounds in tune, but it still don't sound right. It just made the tone a little different. And the differences in pitch actually give it character, so where it is was fine. What you see in the comments is congratulations for my inclusion on Eminem's latest release. Eminem surprised everyone by putting his album out with zero promotion on Friday night, I think it was. And I'm producer on 2 songs on that project. Within 24 hours, it became the #1 album in 55 countries. Because Eminem is just about the only person that could do that. That's a Beyonce move. Or maybe a Jay-Z move. But definitely an Eminem move. #1 in pretty much every country within 24 hours with zero promotion. And I am listed as producer on 2 of those records. I think I'm on 3. There's 20 songs on the project. I think I'm on 3, and I'm a producer on 2 of them. So I got the #1 album in the country. Sorry, world right now. Yeah, I think I want to leave the other notes exactly where they are. They sound good. I want to hear when the guitar comes back in. So when I was at NAMM, I developed a new relationship with a company called Guild. that makes guitars. So I'm looking forward to checking out the way they sound as opposed to my Taylor Acoustic on this kind of stuff. I might even bring it back in, mic it with, so while I was at NAMM, I also developed no, that wasn't at NAMM. I was kind of at NAMM. Anyway, at NAMM, I talked to a guy who then talked to a guy after NAMM. And this morning I had a conversation with a company called Sennheiser, which you guys probably have heard of. They make mostly live application microphones and wireless systems and stuff like that. And I had a conversation with a guy that is one of the higher ups at Sennheiser, and I have a relationship with them now. They're going to send me some in-ears next week. And another thing that's very significant about that is Sennheiser, I believe, is the first manufacturer of studio microphones like ever. They started in 1947, and they are also Neumann. So they own Neumann. And for those of you who know Neumann, you know how big a deal that is. So I'm now an endorser of Neumann microphones and Sennheiser. So you'll hear some serious microphones in here. I'm going to review them. I'm going to do some vocals on them. You'll be able to hear the difference between them and the other mics that I use. And even with the Slate ML1, if it can model those microphones effectively, it'll be cool to see that, which I'll be able to do when they send me the microphones, which they'll do soon. So yeah, why was I telling you that? Because it's going to be cool. Yeah. So that was the Melodyne on polyphonic instruments. It works. It works really well. I don't have to tune that. Although, now that I have the guitar part, when I get the Guild acoustic guitar, that's where I started that. When I get the Guild, I also talked to D'Angelico, and I'm interested in some guitars from D'Angelico too, but I'm interested in them more on the electric side. So anyway, you just never know who I'm talking to and what relationships I'm developing and who's going to show up in the studio and what's going to show up in the studio. But I'm out there working, okay? And I'm in here working, just so y'all know. When I be busy, I be doing stuff that will benefit you guys as well, because I'm just going to bring it to you guys and show it to you and teach you about it. Blu2th, do you ever feel pressure to conform to today's standards as opposed to sticking to cuts you like to make? Songwriter asking. Okay. So every decision that you make as a creator is a choice as a matter of degree between what's hot right now and what people will understand and ingest easily because of what's happening on the radio, which is streaming now, basically, is a new radio. And what, you just want to hear. Sometimes they're not always the same thing. And like, if I do that, that's not really what people are listening to right now, yada, yada. You do this to make a living, so some of your decisions will have to do with conforming. And there's nothing wrong with conforming. Times change. You should change with them. That's how it works. And there's stuff in this song I never would have done 10 years ago because the music that made that relevant wasn't around then. So there's choices that I made even in this song that are conforming to current trends. However, I don't ever conform to a trend at the expense of a record, even if I'm dumbing it down, if you will. I mean, there's songs that you can consider dumbed down that I did. They're simple. Like, the simple is not always bad, and that's all the record needed to be what it is. I'm perfectly happy with it. I don't wish it was more heavily orchestrated. Yeah, it fits what's going on right now, and it also fits my standard of musical quality. So I'm good with that, but I'm never going to compromise quality for any reason. Okay, I'll lose money before I do that. If you don't like it because there's too much quality, then go find somebody who's willing to basically demean themselves, or that's just all they can do. Whatever you do, go find that person, because I'm not about to ever sacrifice quality for anything. And anybody who's followed me knows I don't have a million placements. My story has been quality, though. When I'm doing a movie soundtrack, it's Dreamgirls. When I do a pop R&B record, it's no air. When I do hip hop, it's Eminem with Dr. Dre or Kanye with Dr. Dre. I'm all about quality, and there's a give and take with everything. You're not going to do every record that comes across. You're not going to make all the money if you do that, but you just have to be conscious of what you're in this for and what you want to be associated with your name even after you're not making music anymore. To answer your question, I make music according to my standards no matter what, but I do conform stylistically to what's on the radio to make it universally or specifically relatable depending on what I'm doing. So if I'm doing a hip hop record that I want hip hop heads to like, I'm not doing it so everybody else will like it just for them. If I'm doing a record like No Air that I really just want everyone to like, then there's some choices I'll make because everybody has to be able to relate to that, which I did in that record. So hopefully that answers your question.